everyone, today is Sunday and I want to do some meal prepping this Sunday afternoon to set us up for a healthy week ahead and just to make my life so much easier. I used to meal prep all the time. I'm not sure why I stopped. So that is what we're going to do today. I want to meal prep at least a breakfast option, some sort of vegetable, a lunch option for myself, and maybe we'll do a easy dessert. So I have a few pantry things that I want to use up, and I think that's what we'll do for the dessert. I have a cookie mix that I need to use up, and it's just been sitting in my pantry, so I think we're going to do that. And for my lunches, I think I'm going to make my one pot black bean salsa dish. It's a really easy, healthy, nutritious lunch option that you make in one pot. Super delicious and easy to make. And then for breakfast, I think we're going to do some sort of baked egg dish with asparagus that I need to use up. And then I think we're going to roast some vegetables. And I think that is what we're going to meal prep this Sunday. So let's get into the kitchen and do some meal prepping. First, we're going to make an asparagus frittata that we're going to make in the oven. I have a bunch of asparagus that I need to use up. And then I need to use up the rest of these eggs. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese because they have that, and then a little bit of Dijon mustard. I think would be really good. I might add in a little bit of red onion because I have that, so I think that's going to be the base of our frittata. So to my mixing bowl, I'm just going to crack in our eggs. I think I'm just going to use the rest of this carton. I have more eggs in the fridge, but these eggs need to be used up. Milk, but I'm gonna add water to my eggs and a little bit of Dijon mustard. I love mustard. I'm gonna add probably a tablespoon and a half or so. A little bit of pepper and some salt. Next, I'm gonna grate in some Parmesan cheese. A little bit. Okay, then I'm just going to whisk our mixture together. Oven is preheating at 400 and I have my baking dish ready. I love this KitchenAid baking dish. I love the color and my nails match it right now. I am obsessed, and I just lined it with parchment paper just to make things easy to come out. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pour that egg mixture right in. So we're gonna bake this first. I'm gonna bake it maybe for about 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna prep our asparagus, and then we'll add the asparagus on top and bake it for another 10 minutes or so, just until the asparagus is cooked and the eggs are cooked. I washed and trimmed our asparagus, and I'm just gonna add it to my mixing bowl. And I'm gonna hit a little bit of oil, and then some lemon juice. I love fresh lemon juice and asparagus together. I think it is so good. A little bit of pepper. And then just a little bit of salt. I just took our egg mixture out of the oven, and I'm just going to place the asparagus on top. This works out. going to chop some vegetables that I have in my fridge that I want to use up. And I am using this mini chopper for the first time, and I can see the hype. I love this. This was so easy to use, and I love that you get uniform sizes of the vegetables by using this. So I am just dicing up some zucchini, and then I'm going to add the diced zucchini to a large mixing bowl. I diced about 2 medium zucchini. I also had a few bell peppers in my fridge that I needed to use up. I usually keep bell peppers in the fridge. My 4-year-old loves to snack on raw bell peppers, but these needed to be used up. So I am just going to go ahead and dice 1 yellow bell pepper and 1 orange bell pepper. I added all of our prepped and chopped vegetables into a large mixing bowl, and then I just added a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. Then I'm just going to toss all of our veggies together to make sure they're all evenly coated with the olive oil, salt, and pepper. You could add any sort of seasoning that you would like to your vegetables. I'm just keeping it pretty simple today. And then once those are mixed, I'm going to transfer them to a parchment line baking sheet. And so I'm just going to spread the vegetables out into an even layer. And I have the oven preheating to 425. And then I'm just going to roast the vegetables until they are done. I probably will check them about 20-25 minutes. But I think I ended up roasting them for about 30 minutes until they were done to my liking. I just transferred the vegetables once they cooled to an airtight container, and then I just stored these in the refrigerator and I use them throughout the week. This was a great thing to have meal prepped, and I definitely need to do this every week to have cooked and veggies ready to go for quick and easy meals. Now, I've had this Mrs. Jones Monster cookie mix in my pantry for a while, and I really wanted to use some of this up. There were 3 pouches in there. I got this at Costco a while ago, but I believe you probably can buy it on Amazon. And I'm just going to go ahead and make a batch of these cookies. I also had some peanut butter I needed to use up as well. And that's what the cookie recipe calls for the baking mix. Some peanut butter, a little bit of butter. So I just added that to my Pyrex mixing bowl. Then I'm using my KitchenAid hand mixer to cream those two together. I got this mixer for Christmas. I needed a new hand mixer because mine died. It stopped working, and I absolutely love this KitchenAid mixer. If I can find it online, I will link it down below. And I love the color. It's this really pretty pistachio green color. And then I'm going to add in 1 egg, and then I'm just going to mix the egg in with the peanut butter and butter mixture. This is a really simple thing to meal prep since I'm basically just using a mix. So I went ahead and added the mix in, and then I'm just going to beat that just until combined. And then I'm going to use my cookie scoop to scoop out the cookies onto my baking sheet. I love this cookie scoop. If you do not have a cookie scoop, I highly recommend it. They're inexpensive. I will link the one that I'm using down below. They come in different sizes, but it just really helps to make your cookies uniform and the same size so they all bake evenly in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and bake our cookies, our monster cookies, and then next we're going to be making one of my favorite one-pot dish recipes to meal prep for lunch. It is a one-pot salsa and black bean quinoa dish. It's so good and so easy to make, In my large pot, I just had a tablespoon of olive oil heating up. Then I added a red bell pepper that I diced and an onion that I diced in that mini chopper, which I am really loving. And it's making this meal prep so much easier. So I'm just going to cook the onion and bell pepper until they are nice and soft. And then we're going to add in some spices. I have chili powder, smoked paprika, cumin, and then we're just going to stir the spices and evenly mix them with the onion and bell pepper, and then just toast them for a minute. And then after the spices are fragrant, we're going to add in 1 cup of dry quinoa. I love quinoa. I used to eat quinoa all of the time, and it's been a while since I've had it, so I wanted to use some quinoa that I had up in my pantry. Then I added some water, and then I added some salsa. The salsa is going to give a really nice flavor. And then a can of black beans that I rinsed and drained, and then a cup of frozen corn. And the full recipe will be linked down below that I am using. You just want to bring this to a boil, reduce the heat, and cover and cook until the quinoa is cooked through and it's nice and fluffy, about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I just transferred it to a glass container and I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to have some for lunch the day that I'm meal prepping this, and so I added a little bit of green onion and cilantro. Avocado is really good on top as well, and a little fresh lime juice. I really hope that you enjoyed this Sunday meal prep style video with me. If you want to see more content like this, definitely like this video and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. I definitely want to share more cooking and recipe videos here on my YouTube channel. And I'm excited to share more recipe videos, shopping hauls, shop with me, and just everyday lifestyle content. So if that is something that you would like to see, I would love to have you be part of our YouTube family. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye.